Hi 21 Days to Fitness friends. This is Anita Stone, and today's lesson has to do with another weight loss secret. Now this week we've been talking about lots of weight loss secrets, and this one in particular it's kind of hard to explain. I was listening to a nutritionist who was working with a professional chef on TV, and they were doing a TV show. This was probably about a year or two ago. And the nutritionist said, this is what you need to do. You need to focus on eating wet foods versus dry foods. Eat all wet foods as much as possible. And I had to think about, what is she talking about? Wet foods? What are wet foods versus dry foods? So they started giving some examples, and this is the way I think of it. I'm so busy. I'm always getting in the car, going here and there. If I'm not driving to work, I'm driving to pick the kids up from school, or I'm taking them to some function or something. And so what are the kinds of foods that you can't eat in the car? Wet foods, right? Are you going to make your spinach salad and take it with you in the car? I've done that a couple of times. I put it in like a 7-Eleven cup and eat my salad out of that. Doesn't work out very well. Sometimes I put my yogurt treat that I gave you the video about, with the yogurt and the cottage cheese with the cereal sprinkled over the top. Sometimes I take that with me in the car. That's not very easy to eat out of a cup with a spoon. So what's easy to eat in the car? Things like protein bars, chips. I'm always opening a bag of chips on the way home from the grocery store. I eat chips on the way home. And, things like that. And so I started thinking about it, really, as the day went on, how many dry foods am I eating versus wet foods? And it seems like the foods that are moist, like oranges and apples and salad and yogurt and things like that, you almost have to be sitting at a table and eating them. A bowl of oatmeal or a bowl of cereal. You can't take it with you. Now, if you're going to eat more wet foods than dry foods, then that means you've got to be sitting down, taking the time to eat them. You can't be eating them on the run. And so you're just going to have to build that time into your day. One of the videos that I'm going to make for you is on all of the shortcuts that I take, and I don't even know if I can think of all of them, but I'll try to think of as many as I can, because I have developed a ton of shortcuts with household chores and household duties and different things that I do in the house, so that I can make time for the things that I want to make time for, like my health. And, there are, and you probably do some of these already, but there are just so many things, if you get creative, that you can think of that will save you time at home. So, yes, it will take a little bit more time to eat your wet foods versus your dry foods, but they are better for your body. Now, the second weight loss secret I want to talk to you about is starting to increase the quality or the value of the food you're eating. For example, I made steel-cut oats instead of regular oatmeal. Let's compare the three kinds of oatmeal. How about the little instant oatmeal packets? Are those very healthy for you? No. The whole oats that you buy, even just Quaker oats that you buy in the canister, those are more healthy. Well, what's more healthy than that? Steel-cut oats. I think you may be able to buy those at Walmart now, but previously you couldn't. You would have to go to the health food store to buy those. So that's one example. Now, the steel-cut oats, you have to cook them for about 20 minutes. And I don't cook them on the stove because they stick. So what I do is I'll take about a half of a bag of steel-cut oats, which is about, maybe 6 servings of oatmeal, about 6 bowls of oatmeal, and I put it in the crock pot with water, and I just let it sit there until it's done. And maybe it takes an hour, something like that. By the time it starts boiling, it only takes about 20 minutes after that. And then I put it in the refrigerator in separate little plastic bowls, and then somebody can just take out a bowl of oatmeal. It's already cooked. All you have to do is warm it up in the microwave. Another example is to go to the produce stand to buy your produce rather than going to the grocery store and buying it there. So this is going to increase the quality of the produce you get, because if you go to the produce stands, especially in the summertime, this is the best time to do it. You're going to get produce that's grown locally at little farms around your city, and those most likely have been ripened on the vine longer, and they probably don't have as much pesticide, and so you're going to get better produce. The next level up from that would be buying all organic. So buy organic as much as you possibly can. Now let's talk about bread. You may be buying whole wheat bread. I want you to buy 100% whole wheat bread. Actually, rye and pumpernickel bread are even better than that for you. And then even the step up better than that would be to buy the sprout breads, which you'll have to buy those at the health food store. And so I want you to think about, how many levels up can I go in the quality of the foods that I put in my body within reason? I know you need to stay in a budget, but a lot of times, like for example, going to the produce stand versus the grocery store, there's really no difference in those prices, and sometimes you can save money by going to the produce stand. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that I put on my list. Also, I want you to try some of the different kinds of foods that maybe you've never had before. One of the examples is quinoa. Quinoa is spelled Q-U-I-N-O-A, and it's a grain, but it has omega-3s in it, and it has protein. You can order it online. Just click on that Amazon link that I have underneath this video, and I can probably find some quinoa to put in the Amazon link for you, and you can just order it. You don't have to go driving 2 hours on a Saturday afternoon all over town just to find quinoa, although you can buy it at the health food store if you have one of those around you. I used to have a Whole Foods market near my house that I could go to anytime, and I don't have one near my house now. So I feel like I'm really sacrificing being here in Texas, because to go to a health food store I have to drive pretty far away. And so maybe they'll build one near my house. I hope they will. They've got some new stores going up just up the street, so maybe they'll put in a health food store up there. That would be great. So that's what I'd like for you to do. Focus on wet versus dry foods, and then focus on increasing the quality of the food that you put in your body. And you're gonna just feel better when you do things like that. And you know what? Dieting is so much easier, and eating healthy is so much easier when you feel good that day. I'll do another video for you on depression, and we'll be talking a little bit about some of those things, some of those elements of depression that get in the way of you treating your body right and eating healthy. So stay tuned for that. That'll be one of our next couple of videos for the next few days. Well, I hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks for joining me. Everybody have a fit day. Bye-bye.